Welcome back, guys. And today I'm going to talk about something that can save your ass. Literally. Hi, everybody. I'm Doug, and this is Dying to Retire, a podcast about my journey into retirement. And today I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to connect them all to at the end. The first one, I'm going to talk about something very important to men's health for us retirees. The second thing I'm going to talk about is how I'm going to connect that to Guatemala. And the third, it's going to be a little bit of a product review. So let's get started. The thing I'm going to talk about is kind of uncomfortable for a lot of us men because the older we get, all those ails and those things that we've had over the years get worse usually. They don't usually get better. And one of those things is in the back end. And that's why I'm saying I literally can save your ass. And what I mean by that, as the older we get, I highly recommend that we get toilet bidets or toilet bidet seat attachments, be it the seat itself or an attachment to the seat. And the reason why I'm saying that, the older we get, we have Crohn's, we have irritable bowel disease, uh, we have all those different things. I've had IBS since I was in the military a long time ago, over 40 plus years. It's only gotten worse. And from there, you're going to have stomach issues to the colon issues to getting hemorrhoids, or like some people want to call them stones, to anal fissures, which are rips and tears around the anal passageway. All of these things are irritated or more irritated by use of regular toilet paper because you're wiping. And wiping, I don't care how soft the Charmin is, it's essentially like what is sandpaper, right? And we all know that. But if you get a bidet, be it you know, the actual really expensive bidets, and I really don't recommend it. Get a non-electric one, and you can use that. And it's actually using water and water pressure, your natural water pressure from your toilet, to remove the debris around the area. And therefore, when you come to be using the toilet paper, you're just dabbing dry. You're not actually rubbing or irritating the area. Because when we get older, these things happen more and more. And I know people say, oh, let's not talk about those things. No, they do. And they cause issues. And nothing's worse than having a bad stomach flare up, a diarrhea and stuff. But then because you wipe so much, you're now getting a hemorrhoid or anal fissures or anything else. So go ahead and invest in a bidet. They're not that expensive anymore, especially the seat attachments. You can go from 30 bucks to 150 bucks, depending on everything you're wanting to get. Now, how I'm going to connect that to Guatemala. If anybody's been travel, or if any of you have traveled around the world, you've traveled and gone to the bathrooms and you've seen this right next to the toilet. And you've seen it full of paper, right? And it's not clean toilet paper, it's used toilet paper. And you can usually tell if the restroom's going to have it because when you open up the door going into the restroom, you're going to smell it. And that's what's there. The reason why, because in many of these Latin American countries and other countries, I know not Middle East, but the Far East, I've seen it a little bit. The piping, the plumbing, be it the piping going to the septic system or the septic system itself, cannot handle toilet paper, let alone dude wipes or any other brand that does the same thing. They can't handle it. So what happens is you poop in the toilet, you wipe your ass, and then you put it in there. Flush and leave. Wash your hands, hopefully. And the next person coming in has to deal with your stinky shit. Because I don't know about you, and I grew up on a farm, shit remains and always will smell like shit. Doesn't get better. There's no perfume you can clean it up with. It doesn't happen. So if you're going to be a expat or slow traveler, what I highly recommend, whatever home you buy or home you rent, for the for the toilets there, and especially the one you're using, I highly recommend you get a toilet bidet seat attachment or a toilet bidet seat that plugs right into the line, the water line, and use that because it's going to give simple water pressure to clean your butt, basically. So these are really simple things to do. It helps your quality of life because less hemorrhoids is better. If you have IBS, suffer, and Montezuma is going to hit you, especially if you're traveling in different areas. That cooling relief is cooling relief. If you know, you know. So you want to do that. The only thing I'm going to highly recommend, if you do have bidets in your house and you are in Latin America, please put up a sign by the bathroom giving instructions how to use the bidet function of the seat attachment. The reason why, and put it in Spanish. You can have it in English, but also put it in Spanish. That's highly important. Reason why is because you're going to get a neighbor who doesn't know or a visitor who doesn't know, and they're going to dump their stinky toilet paper in this. And when you go in there the next time, you're going to get a nice, fragrant surprise. So I don't want that to happen to you. So that's what I recommend you're doing. So it helps your pipes, but it also helps for health, you for the health. And you know what I'm saying. Sorry to ramble on there. Now here's the little product attachment. A couple weeks back, unfortunately, my mother-in-law passed. She had a really good life, and she had a great sense of humor and stuff and everything on that. And it's a sad thing, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. However, in getting the house prepared, because after the funeral, the reception was going to be here, and we were cleaning the house, and I was cleaning the bathroom here, and hopefully I can take out the echoes in here. And I'm watching the tank as I'm cleaning it, rubbing it down. I'm watching it crack. Now this is 3 days. This is the Thursday before the Tuesday, service, right? So I'm cleaning it really good, and I'm watching it crack and water's coming out. Thankfully, it's the tank, not the bowl, so it's clean water all coming out. And I tried to do a makeshift repair, didn't work. So I had to call for a plumber to come in here, and this seat did have a previous bidet in it, bidet seat attachment. Short story long, it wasn't until the following Wednesday did I get a plumber in here to fix it, and then I ordered on Amazon, and I'll give the link below to what I ordered. Well, let's just say what it is. It was a Kohler M100 toilet bidet seat attachment, and I ordered that. So it came in well, easy to install, a little bit for the hookups, a little bit different because it has a 90-degree elbow on each side of it, but it hooked up fine and everything. But this is what I'm going to give a review. The M100 has a throttle more so than a turn dial like my other bidet seat attachment in there. And it has an F for front and R for rear, or forward and reverse, depending on how you want to call it. And if you hit front and you squeeze the throttle like you did on the mini bike or the motorcycle you grew up on, your boys are going to take a shot in the back. And thankfully, you're already sitting down, because if you weren't, it's going to sit you down because that thing comes out with a lot of pressure. So remember, hit the R for reverse and gently go into it. Don't crank that hush puppy up or you will feel water pressure. Water pressure that all of these rioters and protesters should be getting, that we're seeing on the news. Water pressure at that level they should be getting, yeah, with blue dye so you can see who they were a few days later. So it comes in very hard. So I highly recommend it. The M100 is okay. I think it sits well, works well. It has a little bit more pressure. I don't know how they do it exactly, but it has more pressure than a couple other brands that I've seen out there and have used. So highly recommend the Kohler. If it fits your bill, was not that expensive. I think like $49-50 for me. Easy to install, but it works. So there you have it, folks. One, if you're an old man like myself, getting older, highly recommend getting a bidet seat attachment. If you want to go full hog wild and buy one of those really big ones, go for it, but you just need a regular non-electric version and it will work well. If you're living in Latin America, highly recommend you get it there as well. Install them in your main bathrooms because one, the stinky toilet paper is kind of foul. Two, it'll expand the plumbing or lengthen the life of your plumbing in your house. And three, you just heard my product review of the Kohler M100. That's it for today. I'm Doug, and this is Dying to Retire. I always like to say, if you found value in this episode, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. As always, I'll see you guys in the next episode.